Okay guys, so we are now moving to our application to program everything in the Xcode. Now I mean the front end. And one of the most important part will be to start from the writing a protocol to send a request to the server. It won't be an easy task because here automatically we must send at the same time two images to the server. So it will be quite complicated and it will be a little different approach than what we used to have. Okay, so as a first step, we'll create an action connection for the save button. Click on the save button here in the main storyboard, call assistant editor, clicking this top right middle button. Then we are making automatic here to show the proper uh, class. Hold Control left mouse click, drag it here and release. We'll make it of type action and we will name it save button underscore clicked right before the cancel. And this function will be executed when save button has been clicked. Very good. Okay, so we are now coming back to our edit view controller, and the first step that we will start from is writing a new function, which is an update user. Update user open and close round brackets, and with this function we will be sending HTTP request to our server. So as we used to do, first we need to access certain parameters. So let guard ID equals to current user question mark open and close round bracket, and in quotation marks we're accessing ID, else we want to return. These are parameters, or we can write access parameters, or we can call it shortcuts. Okay, so then we have got the email which we must send as per our PHP protocol. ID we already finished with this email now. So let email equals to email text field dot text. Good. Then we have a first name. First name equals to email first name text field dot text. Then we've got the last name. Let last name equals to last name text field dot text. Then we have a birthday. Let birthday equals to birthday text field dot text. And the last one is with the gender, we must do a minor trick. So as you see in our app, we have here male and female, while in our database we save it under a certain value, where 1 means male, 2 means female. Okay, so here we must do one trick. We will write here a new variable, which will be gender. And here we will write if gender text field dot text equals to, let's say, male. Then here we want gender to cast as a 1. Else we will cast gender as 0 if it is not male, for example. Okay, so then when we finish with the gender, we are done. And one more thing, probably we don't want to allow the user to save as a password these numbers. So as you remember guys, we already work on this logic of validation. We have worked on this, I believe, during the login and the registration. So we have a validation function which is already saved. Helper, this is the class which we access, is valid email, and this is the email. So we can use if statement. If email is valid equals false, means if it is not valid, then we want to show an alert. And we'll write else if helper dot is valid. Here it shouldn't be email. We need to select with a name. Let's say first name equals false, then we'll show alert message. And the last one, else if helper open and close round bracket is valid name. Now we'll be using a last name shortcut equals false. So then we want to show an error message helper, and we have this function already written. Show alert title will be invalid data, or invalid information, invalid data. And here we'll write, please use valid email address and show in current view controller. The same we are doing for the first time. Helper, open and close round bracket, show alert, invalid name. Here we can use invalid email. And we can write, please use valid name and show it in the current view controller. And the last one, helper, open and close round bracket, show alert, invalid last name. And or you can use a surname. And please use valid surname and show it in the current view controller. Okay, so this is the logic of validation. Here put exclamation marks like this. And the last one, which we also need to check, is the password. As you remember, we don't want the password to be less than 6 characters. And the date, the date we program the picker controller in the way that it will not allow us to select, let's say, 2 years old, for example, so it won't allow us. Okay, and here we'll write else if. Let's make a shortcut for the password as well. Let password will be equals to password text field dot text exclamation mark. Else if password dot text, oops, it's already text, count less than 6 characters, then it must show us an error message. Helper open and close round bracket dot, then write show alert, invalid password, and the message will be, please make your password, or we can write password must contain at least 6 characters, and to show it in the current view controller. Okay, so with the logic of validation of the data, we are done. And the next step will be to go now to the request, which is to be sent to the server. Okay, as you remember, guys, we have sent so many requests to the server, and I'm sure you are now professionals to do this. For example, in the home view controller, this is we're sending as well. In the buyer, here we are sending as well. So the most typical one, which we will be using like closely, it will be the one which is like a bio, because we're not transporting images to the server directly from this function. We will use a separate function. This will be only to update the user related information. To upload the pictures, we'll be using another function. Okay, so now we have done with the shortcuts, with the variables and the validation. Now we're going to the request, and here I'll write prepare request. So first of all, we need to declare a URL. Let URL equals to URL, open the round bracket, select the method which is from string, and this will be the exact URL to the class http://localhost/fb/update user.php. So this is, in my case, just to validate this, I will just, in the browser, I will just type it. Here we go, this is the right one. In case if you are using, let's say already, if you're using the Share hosting, so this will be the URL to your hosting. You can get it in the settings, or you can ask it your server provider that will give you the URL if you don't know in case. Okay, So then when we declare a URL, the next step will be to declare a body which is to be assigned to it, appended to it. Okay, let body, and these are all the informations which we need to pass to the server. And here is we'll write here first of all, and we'll write ID will be equals to, and we'll make a reference to the ID. Then we'll put and email will be equals to, we'll make a reference to the email, and first name will be equals to, we'll make a reference to the first name. Guys, very important for you, these keys must be exactly equal like this. Even this N must be, for example, capitalized, this N must be capitalized, and this gender must be lowercase. So it's very important, guys. And then we write and then we have a birthday equals to the, we make a reference, you know, for making reference we're using 3 symbols, equals, left slash, and open the round brackets. Definitely you need to close it as well, so it will be 4, you can say birthday. Then we write, so we have done ID, email, first name, last name, birthday, and the last one will be gender. And here make open the round brackets, open curly this one, put and, then left slash, open and close round brackets, oops, I'm sorry, here and gender equals now left slash, and in the round brackets we'll make reference to the gender. And one more thing which we must pass as the new password. In our PHP protocol, if the new password is casted as true, then we will update the password in this. So if you remember when we were writing the user interface, we have here is password changed false, which is initially. Then when we change the password in text field did change, here is, yeah, we cast it true. This one is executed as a true. So this is we must write here, and here new password. So new password will be equals to left slash, open and close brackets, and here we'll write is password changed. And also we will pass to this and left, and then password will be equals to, that is the one which we passed it, new password, and password, and then we'll make a reference to the password. Okay, so I would like now to enhance the user experience, and here in the text field did change, here I would like to write here one if statement. If is password changed equals false, then execute it, otherwise do not. So we're doing this in order to make user experience and the app logic better and professional. So we don't want, whenever you, let's say, type something in the password, always to execute this line of the code. We want to execute it only once. So if once you change it one time, okay, is password change will be true. Okay, so we're done with this. Then we will write a request. We'll declare var request equals to URL request. Open the round bracket, select the method with the URL, URL. And here at the end of the URL, here in this line, don't forget to put exclamation mark at the end, and we sure that this URL it's there, and we are force down casting it. And then we'll write request dot HTTP method will be passed. This is the most secured one. Then we'll write request.http body equals to body, which we wrote, dot data. Here we will write using colon dot UTF-8 like this. This new password must be removed from there. Yeah, and here we go. And the last step will be to execute this request. We're doing a URL session dot shared dot, then we are using data task, with the URL, with the request and the completion handler. That's the one. So request is the request which we have created, and the completion handler data for data, response for response, and error for error. These are the variables which we are using, which must be used as per this function. And don't forget here to write resume. And as you remember, request want to send it in the background, so that's why we'll write dispatch queue.main.asynchronously. And to work out on this request, we'll write in this closures. That one is send request. Okay, first of all, we're checking for the error. If error is not nil, then we want to show some alert and we want to return the execution. Then we are checking for the data do, and here we write catch. Here we want to access the data received from the server. Guard let data equals data else return. Okay, and now we want to cast a JSON. Let JSON be equals to try JSON serialization dot JSON object with data and options. Data, the data which we have now casted, and options allow fragments. Dot allow fragments. Yeah, like this, and we want to cast it as NS dictionary. Very good. So here we can throw back the message in the show alert. That is the one, and here the title will be server error. If it cannot connect to the server, then this one will be executed. And we want to show as a message the error, localized description of the error, and show it in the current view controller. So the same I will use for the data. It will be data error, localized description, and here it will be a JSON error with the localized description as well, and we want to return it here. Okay, very good, and that one is error. That one is access data received from the server in the safe mode. That one is access casted JSON, and now we want to cast JSON in the safe mode. Guard let parse JSON equals to JSON else. Here we want to return it. Okay, this one cast JSON in the safe mode. Access actual casted JSON means because or just access or convert data to being JSON. This will be more accurate. Okay, and finally we want to print our parsed JSON. Okay, I'd like to use another simulator, which will be, let's say, iPhone 8. Okay, so in general, one more thing what we need to do is when the save button is clicked, we need to execute this function update user. So this function sends request to update user information. Yeah, it's quite simple actually. And to solve this here, type of the image to be uploaded, we must declare it from the function. So go to upload image function here after image view, comma, then write type of string, then put comma again. And this type will replace image view tabbed with this. Okay, then we need to update when we call this function like this. Here type will be Eva, and here type will be cover. and the same with the next cases. There will be Eva, and here it will be cover like this. Now it will work in the proper way. Okay, so we're going to the edit view controller, and first I'll select the Eva, that is the one, and I'll select the Kava, which is that one. Okay, and we'll click save button. Let's just now see. So the Kava as supposed to be, and the Eva as supposed to be. I think I have messed why the name got confused here. So here is Eva, here is Kava, then here Eva, and here is Kava. Image view tapped. Yes, we need to change. Look, when we call upload image view, whenever we call this function, one more thing which we need to update here is here we need to write not image view tab, we must write your type. Okay, so what I will do is I will just now delete Ava and covers from the server folder, and we're going to edit the controller, and we don't have anything, so I will upload the cover this waterfall, and as a Ava I'm gonna put this flower. Okay, and we will click save. In the cover we have a new cover, excellent, and in the Ava we got a new Ava. Outstanding, guys. Really brilliant, really amazing. So this is how we use a completion handler technique. In this video we have covered one of the very advanced techniques using completion handler, using the logic to call function one by one, and using the type to be unique for the cover and for the Ava image. So that is it, guys. We have finished with the edit profile picture, which was really amazing, and the last moment will be just to update to send a notification to the home view controller. Do you remember we have done this already in the home view controller? When we used to do here update Baya. So we will post one more notification. Actually, we have posted notification in update Baya. That is the one. If you remember, this is the notification. So we must post the same notification in the edit VC when everything is done. So where we will post it, we will do it at the last moment. We'll try to post it on the very last moment, and it will be notification center dot default dot post notification with the raw value. This is the one. So notification will be ns notification dot name, open the round brackets, we will write raw value. This is the one, the raw value, which we will write update user, and the object will be nil. And this is, we are sending notification to other view controllers. Okay, and we will try to catch this notification in home view controller, like here when we add observers, notification center.default.add observer self selector. We will load the user selector, load user. So since actually, yeah, load the user, and name will be ns notification dot name, open the round bracket, select the function with the raw value was update user object null. We must make sure that these values in edit VC and in home view controller are exactly the same. And the last moment will be for us just to check. If you have noticed, guys, we can even post update BIA notification instead of update user, but I like for every function to create a dedicated notifications. Update user, this is update BIA, we know that this is sent from the BIA view controller. Update user, we know that this is sent from edit view controller. So this is just my way, this is how I prefer to write the code. So later on, let's say after 1 year, when you will be checking your source code, you won't get confused. So let's now check our code. Why it's not getting loaded? Okay, let's try to. I believe the path on the server was not declared in the right way. That's why it's not showing. So we'll check it. Cover. Yes, it's there. Ava. Yes, it's there. Okay. Let's check it out. This will be our Ava. And that one gonna be our background cover, and we'll save it. Successfully saved. And here we go. So here the problem which we're having, it's not loading the Ava image view. So first of all, we can check with this download image from Ava path. This is what we can check now. Yes, it's getting executed. Aha, now it's loading. We can build and run again. It can be the issue with the server, or it can be the issue with the app itself. Okay, it's loading. Excellent. So I will update it one more time just to be sure. Now I will use that one. And as the backend, we can use, let's say again, Watchful. And I'm gonna save it successfully. Information has been updated. Here we go. And now in the home view controller, everything is getting updated. Okay, let me try to change James to Joseph to James. Information has been saved. And yeah, this one is not getting updated. So this is what we need to work on as well. And yeah, there can be two reasons. First, reason number one, that it's not getting saved in the current user, or current user is not getting updated. Okay, so actually it's James in our database, but it's not getting updated. It's showing Joseph and James. Okay, what we will do, we'll go to the edit view controller and we will use another method. This function we will even call, we will post this notification in update. Yes, the mistake that we have done, we are not saving the current user. I don't know, yes, this is the code. This one, update current, update user. This code for us, let's write it. And this user must get updated. Let's do one thing. We'll just debug it in HomeView controller. I will just write print current user. Yeah, here was the current user. It is James J now. It's showing everything fine. And let me write here back Joseph James. Here is not getting executed. Yes, guys, this happens because this notification, we must send it. This one must be sent twice even when we update our user. Now it will be saved. You will see this. Here we'll write James, and here in HomeView controller it's getting updated. Very good. So we'll just experiment one more time with the files which we're sending to the server. So okay, this will be our profile picture. Oops, this was a cover. Okay, let it be a cover, not a problem. And that one will be our profile picture. Save it. Save it. Has been saved, and here we go. Excellent. I'll make back Joseph. Outstanding, guys. This is exactly what we wanted.